I'm married to the daughter of immigrants. I do think that immigration can enrich this country. I do think that, immigrants, many of them are bringing a lot of to the table, but we have to be honest with ourselves that permitting 500,000 immigrants in a society like ours is much different than permitting 5 million or 50 million immigrants. And importantly, where are the immigrants coming from? What are their values? What are their economic skills? There's something.
What's their criminal record?
What's their criminal record? There's something very in sort of the modern. Again, this is a new thing because this is not Bill Clinton liberalism. This is something that we're seeing today where they don't even want to talk about the quality and the backgrounds and the skills of people coming into our country. Somehow it's fundamentally racist to say, well, we don't want certain people of certain backgrounds to be in the United States of America. No, it's just common sense. I mean, let me sort of give you a very specific example, okay? So, ask yourself, should America accept 100,000 immigrants from Mexico, okay? Just in the abstract. Well, Mexico is a gigantic country with millions upon millions of people. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about people who speak English as a second language and don't have criminal backgrounds? Or are we talking about people who don't even read and write in Spanish and do have criminal backgrounds? Because those same groups of people, even though they come from the country we call Mexico, are going to assimilate and contribute to America's society much differently. There's something in the modern liberal mind that doesn't even allow you to ask the question, who does America benefit from bringing into this country? And if the answer is we don't benefit, then why would we bring them into the country?
Well, it's also the concept of being anti-open border somehow or another became attached instead of safety. It became attached to xenophobia.
Yes.
It became attached to racism. And when you confront people and say, do you know that Venezuela is literally opening their prisons and instructing people to just cross into America?
Yes.
Like, no. When you tell one of the wildest ones, I think it was you, we're having a conversation with a woman where you're discussing the gangs in Aurora, Colorado that have taken
was me. Yeah.
And she was like, it's only a couple buildings.
And imagine if that's your community. It's only a couple of apartment complexes, right, with hundreds of people that have been taken over by Venezuelan gangs. I think, Joe, the right number
is
of
zero.
Apartment complexes taken over by Venezuelan gangs is 0.
It's in San Antonio, too. It's happening in San Antonio.
It's happening everywhere.
It's so crazy that people don't want to admit to this because if they do, it's empowering the right. And they think it's going to help Donald Trump get elected. So they're turning a blind eye to dangerous criminals crossing the border with no recourse, no tracking. You can't do anything about it.